Hey, my Aries babies, good morning. Welcome to Taurota Tarot. I'm EJ. This is going to be your monthly for the month of August 2019, Aries. So we're going to do an enhanced reading, and we're going to do four rows of three. See what's going on for your month. We'll do two for overall energy. Let's see what else we got. We'll do three for guidance from the universe. A reminder, I'm doing a special this month, old school, $5 readings if you are a subscriber. So inbox me or hit me up at tarotatarot@gmail.com, and you can see everything down below. All right, and thank you so much to everybody that has subscribed and watches and does whatever. Thank you. It is very early for me on a Saturday, but I have to go to work today, so it is what it is. What y'all got going on, Aries? Y'all are busy little things. Wait a minute. Y'all are just floating around like little butterflies. What you got going on? So this is enhanced, 2 decks. Trying 360 what's going on with you and your love, your money, whatever you got going on. So for your overall energy, we're pulling from the bottom of the deck. We have light and spiritual union. So the first week, which is pretty much where we are right now, accelerated motion, new beginnings, yeah, I ain't up yet, and harmony. Second week, partnerships and alliances, authority, and spiritual strength, which has been coming up a lot lately for everybody. Third week, suffering in silence, prosperity begins, passion ignited. And for the last week, choose wisely, mental conflict, and wisdom. All right, same here from the bottom of the deck. The light card is pulling the Five of Wands, the brain all messed up energy. That's Aries, that's fire energy, it's Wands, so that's you right now. And the spiritual union pulls the King of Cups. For your first week, accelerated motion pulls the Seven of Wands. New beginnings pulls the Chariot card. Harmony pulls strength. Second week, partnerships and alliances pulls the Eight of Coins. Authority pulls the Nine of Coins. Spiritual strength pulls the Princess of Coins. Suffering in silence pulls the Two of Cups. Prosperity begins pulls the King of Wands. Passion ignited, the Knight of Wands. And choose wisely for the fourth week pulls the Ten of Wands. Mental conflict pulls the Three of Cups. And wisdom pulls the Ten of Cups. Okay. Y'all are busy. That's where that energy comes from. So, for your overall, you're trying to deal with a lot of situations, trying to find clarity on what's going on, and it's just doing this to your brain. You're kind of all over the place. You're not really confused by anything. You're just not focused on any one thing. Sometimes it comes back as just straight ass confusion, but right now it's just telling me you have a lot going on. You very difficult for you at this point to pay attention to any one thing because you got so many things that you're working on. The back end of your overall energy, the spiritual union and the King of Cups, something's going on in your relationship and you're trying to just chill on it, if you will. And this is emotional energy, so it's telling me your emotions are kind of working in the background while you got all this other stuff going on. Something's going on with your relationship. Let's dig in deep. So for the first week, which we are, today is August 3rd, accelerated motion. Something has kicked off in your relationship, and you may be dealing with another fire sign, an earth sign. Got a lot of earth on the board. Maybe even a water sign. But the energy that's coming back is you have just decided to go into straight defense mode. You're trying to defend your territory. You're trying to protect what you think is yours. And you are right now just as straight as, please back up, move away from my shit. Thank you very much. It feels like it's building. I think maybe some of you have recently gotten out of a relationship, but there's still some overflow. That's kind of the story that's coming back. You're still dealing with the residuals. If you were living together, somebody's still coming in the house, moving stuff out, moving stuff in, and it's just got you keyed up. And that's kind of explaining why you got this lack of focus on anything, because this is unnerving to some of you. You know, you just want the shit to be over with, but you still have a lot of little things that you have to tie up before you can just completely cut your ties. Those of you that are getting divorced, that's where this is coming from loudest. Those of you that were living together, it's that kind of situation. So I know this is not going to resonate with everybody, but that kind of energy where it's over, relationship's done, come get your shit, and it shouldn't take you all month to do it. That's where you're at right now, Aries. With the Chariot and the new beginnings, obviously, if you're getting out of a relationship, you are probably just trying to take a step back. It feels like whatever this relationship was that you're getting out of, you've mentally been out of it for a while. So this wasn't something that just popped up one day and all hell broke loose and you just broke up. This is something that's been going on for a while. The end of it kind of just drug on before you got to the point where, fuck it, everybody needs to leave. So you're not necessarily at a place where you couldn't start a new relationship emotionally, because you feels like a lot of you have processed, analyzed, strategized, and done some other shit to get past this. So when you get to the new beginnings with the Chariot card, it becomes, which way am I going now? Am I going to stay single? Am I going to do this again? Am I trying to hook up with somebody? It feels like some of you have people from your past that might be just kind of lurking around, waiting on all this little extra stuff to clear up. Others of you may be dealing with people from social clubs. If you're a member of some group, or your church, your temple, your mosque, whatever you're doing, there's somebody just kind of hanging out in the background waiting. When you put the broom down, they will step up. Where you are right now, in order for you to have any kind of harmony, it takes strength. And where it's difficult for you to get into that groove is because of this. Five of Wands, there again, this is that fire ping, ping, ping activity going on, and you can't really focus on it. There's light when you get done with all of this. That's where you're trying to be. And that, as with anything, you know, there's always a goal in mind. You know, I don't want to feel like this anymore. That's a goal, believe it or not. So when you get more focused, it will become easier for you to find the strength. And it's on the harmony card. So you're looking and you're thinking about what's next. You just are not really putting anything into action. You're trying to regroup, figure out what you want to do, clear up whatever madness and drama you got going on so you can move forward. And let me just remind you, this energy is interchangeable throughout the month. So just because the first card is there doesn't mean it was Thursday's energy. It can go on all month and even bleed into the next month. Just be mindful of that. In the second week with partnerships and alliances, and this is why I'm thinking this might be somebody at work. You're working. partnerships and alliances. I'm just saying. Some of you may be starting projects at work. Some of you may be helping other teams in your organization put something together, end of the year type stuff. Some of you are working on budgets, all kind of things, but it's really coming back. There's somebody that's interested, and you may not know them in this capacity right at this point. Is why I'm kind of leaning towards work with the 8 of coins sitting there. Because whatever it is, you see this person, but you're not into any kind of relationship with them. It's like a, hey, how you doing? That kind of thing. With the authority card and the 9 of coins sitting on that, you are trying to master this whole thing of creating your whole atmosphere from house to work to wherever. And that's where you are. It feels like since you got out of whatever this other situation is, and this happens when you break up with somebody and you've been with them for a while, you want to clean the house, move shit around, because a lot of times when you come out of a relationship, you have that feeling of, I have been restricted to just dealing with this person and this shit and da-da-da, so let me make some changes. This is good energy. Anytime during the month you feel like you need to just take a minute and change something at home, anything that you haven't really been paying attention to recently because you've been dealing with other stuff, you may want to just hone in on that energy and try and create better space for yourself. Excuse me. With the Princess of Coins sitting on the spiritual strength, this is really about what it is with the definition of this card in this deck, giving away too much. And so if you are thinking about getting into a relationship with somebody this month at the very beginning, just talking and, calling and texting and doing whatever, don't tell too much. And people always ask me, what do you mean don't tell? Keep some mystery going, especially if you're a female. I don't know. God made people, I don't know what, and boys like mystery. Guys, I'll say the same to you. Girls don't need to know everything. Don't give it all away. Don't give it all away. That takes a level of spiritual strength. So sometimes it's not just about, okay, I'm not going to say this, I'm not going to say that. Sometimes it's just about honoring your spirit and knowing when to be quiet and when to talk. I don't know how else to say that. And meditating. If you do things to help you become stronger, like meditating and journaling, doing visualization boards, I'm not talking this morning, those kinds of things help you to know what you can say and what you can't say. And not so much what you can't say, what's appropriate for right now and what's not appropriate. When you kind of bring yourself into alignment with your spirit, which means sometimes you have to sit down and quiet your mind and just focus on nothing and let your brain air out. When you get into situations, if you're working and operating from a different place rather than emotion, you're dealing with, this is how I feel, because you've centered yourself on some level. So just a heads up. And probably not just with romance, probably with everything. Just don't give it all away at once. Don't give it all away at once. Some of you still smarting. You might be not together anymore, but still stinging a little bit. And so you may get to a point at some time this month where you just kind of break down. And that's not a bad thing, because it feels like you've been pushing, you've done, get out, get this, paper sign, whatever, and you haven't really had a moment to just fall it out. And it'll come. It will come. Suffering in silence. It'll come. And let it heal you, Aries. Don't act like you shouldn't be crying and it wasn't no good anyway. When you connect with somebody and you spend any amount of time with them over a day and you're constantly in a routine and doing things, there's a connection there. So it doesn't make sense for you to just act like, okay, well, the shit's over and I don't feel anything. You do. And maybe you need to have a memory moment, an emotional, damn cups, memory moment, and run through the whole thing in your head and not just act like it's over and there's nothing to process. Don't sit and suffer in silence like that. Those of you that have friends, your crew, your real crew, not the fake crew. I'm talking about the ones that know all your dirty little secrets. That's the one. That's the group of people, when you get this energy, you need to be dealing with, because they can help you not hit the ground. All awful. It's just us. They can help with that, so you don't feel like it's just all out. Fuck it, I fucked up. I don't feel like whatever this is anybody's fault in particular is just over. A lot of bickering, a lot of fighting, a lot of quick back and forth, but I don't feel like it was just, one big mess of you were cheating or I was cheating. I feel like it's a lot of things, you left the toilet seat up, almost broke my hip, that kind of shit. And just over time, the two of you just pulled apart. So you got all this energy going, you got all these things going, hard for you to focus. At some point, you can't do this, sitting and suffering in silence over this. Come on now, find that crew, get with them, go out, have drinks, do something, so that you're not dwelling and overanalyzing whatever your romantic situation was. With the prosperity begins, pulling the King of Wands, you're gonna, by the end of this month, because this is all you right here, all this red, that's all Aries. By the end of the month, as you get towards the end of the month, going into September, I see you feeling a lot better, a lot stronger. And once you get that confidence back, that's when you'll actually relax enough to let some stuff start happening. And prosperity is not just about money. And this is really resonating back more about energy exchange, all that red, and hooking up with folks, partnerships and alliances. It's that kind of energy. But now you're at a clearer point. You're not all muddled up here. You're at a clearer point. And this may be where the King of Cups and the spiritual union, the back end of your energy, you may make a complete reversal, and by the end of the month, Five of Wands won't even be on the board, because you will have regained some confidence. You will have kind of gotten out of the fog of having to do so much. And it feels like for a lot of you, you will, by the end of the month, you will definitely be in a different routine, but a solid routine. With the passion ignited and the Knight of Wands on that, this may be whoever's coming towards you, someone younger than you, but they have a good sense of humor and they like to live in the moment. It could be another fire sign, maybe an air sign, but whomever this is, as you get closer to the end of the month, you'll by then have an idea of who's interested in you, who's been waiting on you to put the broom down after you've cleaned up all the crap. You will begin to see, and as that goes, your confidence builds, your outlook is better. When you get to the last week of the month, choose wisely. So let's just back up. There's probably more than 2 or 3 people that are interested in you, Aries. With 2 of Wands, it's about manifesting. It's that spark. I want that. Going back to the drawing board, if you will, or the paint canvas, and thinking about what you want your future to look like. Again, sitting on the choose wisely. That's exactly what it is. With mental conflict and the 3 of Cups, family situations are probably going to tend to dominate towards the end of the month, with kids trying to get them going back to school, daycare issues, tuition, those of you in college, test taking, and it's just a bunch of mental conflict with this stuff. You know, I didn't think I had to do that, but now you're telling me I got to take a test. I thought daycare was only $200 a week. Now it's that kind of energy. But there are family members that may be involved. Some of you may be pregnant. You may find out that you're pregnant towards the end of the month. And that's going to throw you for a loop, because that's not, if you're not expecting it, you're not expecting it. That's not everybody, of course. It's a very small few of you, but some of you may find out at the end of the month that you are having a bambino. That, of course, comes with its own little bag of tricks and mental conflict. So that's where that's going. With the wisdom and the happy family card on top, it looks like towards the end of the month, family issues will dominate. Use your brain when you're dealing with family. That's all this is saying. Use your brain when you're dealing with family. They may try and tell you one thing, girl, you know you need to be doing this. And brother, you know you need to be doing it. Yeah. Use your brain. Don't let family steer you down the road you're not trying to go, especially if you're coming out of a breakup. You know, people have a tendency to just want to tell you all they know about any and every relationship and what you should and should not be doing right now. So don't let your family hem you up like that with, you know, their advice. They mean well, but probably not where you are emotionally or spiritually, where they're coming from. So just be aware of that. Let's see if we can get some guidance from the universe. Learn. Take your time. Call your runners. Actually, I pulled 2 cards and an aura cleanse. Whatever you're coming out of, take the lesson and be thankful. You may not feel it right now, but there are nuggets there, despite the craziness, that you can take that'll help you in the future. That card is resonating back for those of you getting ready to go to school here, or you just started. Keep your options open. Keep your options open. If you're going to school, I know they have a tendency to want to tie you down to a major, and I'm talking to those of you that are entering college or going back to school. Counselors have a tendency, okay, well, you have to pick a major. Yeah, keep your options open, because there may be some things you learn throughout the school year that might change your mind about what you're thinking about doing. Take your time. Take your time, Aries. Ain't no rush. If the situation is over and you're kind of getting yourself back on sure footing, take your time. There's no rush. There's no need or don't have to entertain even dating anybody. There may be people trying to press up on you. Oh, I heard you single again. Let's go out. You don't have to. Take your time. And you don't have to take a regular route to the next thing you're getting ready to do. You don't have to jump on it right now. You can take your time. And sometimes when you take your time, you see stuff you wouldn't have seen had you moved earlier. I'm just going to throw that out there. Aura cleanse. You probably need one. If you're coming out of a funky ass situation, your aura is probably a little dark and rusty. So nothing more than actually getting outside, and it's still summer in the United States, although I beg to differ on what summer is. At any rate, get out in the sunshine, play. Go play a game of ball, basketball, baseball. Go with your kids or your neighbor's kids and just get some of that energy out. That will help clear your aura. Those of you that want to get in depth, Google it. There's all kind of stuff out there to tell you what you can do about clearing up your aura and mantras and things that you can say. Check it out. But it won't hurt you, because if you're you are definitely still schlepping that energy around. So you need to clear it up before you start to do anything else, so that you look, when your aura is on point, you glow. That's all I can tell you. You just glow. No, it's not no neon light type shit, but your energy is better. So think about that. Call on your runners. And in this deck, it talks about runners being your angels or your fairies or whoever, and just making the path ahead of you smooth. Call on 'em. I do it. It works, actually. I was kind of surprised. Wait a minute, I wasn't expecting this to be that easy. It works. You got something difficult you got to face. You know, a quick prayer. Just make the way smooth, Creator. Whatever. But call your runners and let them deal with whatever. So as you go into certain things and keep moving forward, you don't feel like you're stressed because you're trying to overthink it or overdo it, however that's resonating. I'm going to leave your reading there, Aries. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good weekend and a good month of August. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.